But let's move on to health trackers. Wearable tech is a fast-growing business. Our next guest co-founded a British startup that's innovating to create more immersive experiences for audiences. Joining us is Gawain Morrison, CEO and co-founder of Sensum. Gawain, good to see you. Thanks very much, Dee, for joining us. You say you're in the mobile behavioural sort of analytics space.
Yeah.
Just to explain briefly what it is you guys do.
So we take plug-and-play wearable technologies, put it into our platform to be able to capture conscious and non-conscious responses. So we're able to understand how audiences truly feel, be that with a media experience or a shopping experience or a website or a game.
So you're measuring behavioural or emotional responses to content. Now, we've had some content that we've measured as well. Just explain how this works. Just
okay, if I can just stick this on you.
Yeah.
So
we'll put this on camera too. Hang on, there we go. So
this is just
what is this?
This is a piece of wearable technology that captures galvanic skin response and your motion, and
it's a bit like putting on a lie detector.
Yeah, exactly. And
I've never done one of those, but I imagine that's.
Are we getting a little insight?
Yeah.
Are we? So you can basically choose whatever wearable tech you want for the system. You can plug in, and it gives you different contexts, different types of data, depending on what you want to do. This then captures your galvanic skin response, which is highly correlated to your emotional engagement.
Okay. So what are we going to do now? We're going to watch some content. And how does this sync in with the app?
So this is Bluetooth communications.
Yeah.
We have our app. We take the data in, and then we're able to capture the responses to content.
So have you already done this? This is the Putin. This is the Putin interview that Jeff conducted.
Yeah. So you guys sent us some content here, and we then used some of the guys in the office to capture their conscious and non-conscious responses to this. And what was fascinating actually when we did the Putin stuff, this is quite a long piece. This is 11 minutes, and the engagement levels were great, and when you look at what's going on at the moment, there he is. He's one of the countries that aren't now part of the G8 or the G7, and we have people looking at his content, and he's charming, and people are laughing, and the audience is there, and they're engaging. As you can see in the moments through this graph, there are areas where he is making a joke. There are several points where he's making a serious point, and he's obviously being quite.
And those two lines, are they?
So the solid line is the unconscious, the unfiltered, the galvanic skin response. The other is their conscious. They're using a slider real-time.
Right. Now that was a serious point of contact. We also had Will.I.Am came in the studio a week ago. So look at this. It's a very different looking set of graphs. What's that telling us?
Huge amount of engagement throughout. He's a very engaging speaker. He has a lot to say, and he's quite. When you're going, this guy's great. Look what he's done. Look what he's able to take us through. And you have both the engagement points as you're in and out of his story throughout the piece, and then you've got the conscious response, which is spiking over areas where he's talking about how great they've done us.
Now, I hate to do this because those are two quite exceptional pieces of programming, and then you also analysed my normal show, Worldwide Exchange. So I'm a bit scared about looking at this.
Yeah, no, you did well. You did well. It was good. It was good. Actually, what was interesting in this piece was if you look at the dotted line, that's the conscious response. Nigel Farage comes on screen, and there's an automatic dip off.
Right. Okay.
And
what does that mean? What does that people switching off to him?
So that was a negative response to him. But that was a conscious negative response to him. The big spike in the unconscious response was actually when it was stated that across Europe, whether it was a left or a right party that came through, it was the minority parties that were speaking a democratic voice saying, we're not happy with those that are in power.
And people getting,
and that was a big spike at that point.
Okay, I mean, it's fascinating. How do you then take this data and apply it? I mean, who's going to apply this? How are they going to pay for it? What's going to happen?
Well, this is anything from public affairs, looking at keynote speeches. This is media. You spend fortunes. People spend fortunes as brands on advertising. And how do you find out whether it works or not? You ask a question. You're not getting actually what's going on under the surface, the emotional engagement. And really what brands should be doing, and what filmmakers or content producers and we should be looking at, is what the audience is actually, how they engage in these circumstances. And it helps be more creative, be more efficient, and spend less. It's
a brave new world. I can see ranks of people in a cinema. As you push your film, they'll be testing them, right? That's a whole new.
Or engaging with them.
Or engaging with them.
Shaped towards you, hyper-personalisation.
It's fantastic. Gawain, thanks very much. Do I keep this now for the rest of the show?
We're going to track you for the rest of the week.
Okay, I like that. Gawain Morrison, thanks very much indeed.
Thank you.
What do you think of that?
Just make sure you're engaged with me. I want to see that.